y'all, Serena here from Make Plant Create. I'm back here in my chicken slash pig yard trying to get some things situated. The last time I showed you guys this the other day, I had one pig and I showed you all my chickens. Today, this is what I have. I have 1, 2, 3 additional pigs. I think they're all siblings. This black and white one here is a female and she's pregnant. And these other 2 black ones over here are males. And the bigger male has been scrapping it out with my pig, which you can see has some blood on him. So it's really windy out here, and I apologize if the microphone is sounding kind of like there's a bunch of wind. I got them with the intention of just wanting the female, but the guy that brought them to me, he brought them to me for free. So I'm hanging on to the other 2 males for him as a favor until he can get them sold. So I'm trying to get those 2 sold pretty quickly. The fact that the bigger male that I just got is trying to establish his dominance in here and fighting with my pig is like, oh my gosh, I don't want him to do that. So what I did was I put those other 2 males inside of this chicken area, and I put this wire down, and they were in there for a day before they broke through the wire. So what I'm doing out here today is figuring out where I can separate those 2 males. As you can see, I have quite a bit of stuff back here that I can work with. So my plan is to take this and either, I think I'm gonna actually just enclose this space right here where they're hanging out because it's got shade, and just enclose them in there. I know it's kind of a small enclosure for them, but this is kind of the situation. I don't know. Hopefully I can get them sold really fast because I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do with these pigs? The mom especially, I need to get her calmed down and in a place where she can feel comfortable to nest and have her babies. And with these other 2 kind of scrapping it out with my pig, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out the situation. This is another little area that I feel like can be kind of enclosed off. I put this little fencing here, and so what I'm going to do is get some hay and put some hay in here, and I think that's where I imagine she would be trying to have her babies, I'm hoping. So anyways, I'm going to deal with this so that I can kind of reestablish the order. But my pig, we've been petting him and handling him. This is Baconstein. He's a little really dirty actually. He's really dirty from scrapping it out with the other pig, and I just, you know, we don't need that happening. The other 3 pigs are still kind of skittish. I haven't been able to touch them or pet them or anything like that. So this is what I am going to be working on. It's probably 100 degrees out here. My face is already beet red. So yeah, let's get to it. And then I have my 2 new hens and rooster that I just showed you that were out in the garden when I came here. So these guys have gotten to where they are sleeping outside of the chicken run area. Let me show you. So that rooster and these 2 hens, they're a smaller breed than my normal hens that I have, so they're kind of flighty. I clipped their wings, but they are still flying out, so they're jumping onto this pallet and then up, they're jumping up onto the top of this pallet and then up onto the top of one of these posts and into this tree. And that's where they roost at night, which I think is cool, that they can kind of be in their natural habitat. You know, I can't free range these chickens because the dogs and other predators will get them. So I kind of like that they can be a little bit in a natural habitat. So it doesn't bother me that they're out there to roost at night. What bothers me is they don't come back into the chicken run. The rooster will sometimes come back into the chicken run, but these two hens, they'll go back into the garden area, which is over here, just adjacent to the chicken run. And I just, I don't have very much in the garden right now, so it's not a big deal, but they have been poking at my succulents and kind of getting into things that I don't want. I don't want them in the garden. I want them over here. So that's another situation. I think I need to run a piece of bird netting across the top of this area, all the way across, so that they won't fly out. Anyways, it's like total chaos in here, but that's kind of how it goes when you get new animals. So I'm back here trying to re-establish some order and get these animals contained. Not too contained, because I just don't like the idea of keeping animals in small areas, but they still need to be separated. Okay, so I'm going to grab this metal thing and enclose that area off over there. I'm trying to make a picnic. Alright, so that's moved over here. Now I see if I can get these guys wrangled in here or figure this out. Okay, we got them out here and got these two in this little area. I don't know if you can see that. I'm a little scared, chasing them around. They're already skittish. So now I just need to secure this thing somehow. Go grab a piece of scrap wood or something. Okay, this enclosure right here is pretty tall. As you can see, it comes like to my shoulder, which is really not that tall because I'm only 4'11", but for me it's tall, which means that I'm going to have to be able to get in and out of this to be able to feed them and give them water and scrape up poop. So Eli and I just went and grabbed the drill, some screws, pieces of scrap wood. See what we can do with this thing. Okay, there's a rooster in there, which I'm sure you could probably fly out, but Eli's gonna go in there and get him out. All right, we're out. Get behind him on that side.
Choco! No.
Good job, thank you.
Okay. Now can we drill?
Yes, now we can drill. Is there dust in your eyes?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, where's your goggles?
Hey, go get my goggles, okay?
Okay. That's not coming out. Okay, so that side's good and secure. Poor little pigs. I'm sorry you're in such a little pig pen. They're kind of scared. sooner than later. Alright, so now for this side, I'm probably going to have to find something heavy to lean up against it. I don't know. Because I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to have to get in and out of here. Let's see.
I got my goggles now.
Oh, good. Okay, Eli went back to the house and got his goggles. He said he got dust in his eyes. He needed to wear his goggles. Good deal. Ear protection, eye protection. I'm proud of you. Get some hay and put some underneath that spot too. That way, in case she decides she wants to have her babies there. As far as I know, this is her first litter, so I don't really know, you know, how well she's gonna do. I hope they all live. I told Billy last week, I think it was just last week, it was like 4 or 5 days before I got this mama pig. I was like, I need a baby pig in my life. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. And well, it's happening. So I'm excited.
Mama, it's bubbling.
It's bubbling. Okay, while I'm out here with the drill and in total work mode, I have these 2 planter boxes that I am going to try to make a watering trough for them that's raised up off the ground. I'm going to screw it into this pallet and see how that works, and screw the other one for the other pigs somewhere, maybe on this side over here, maybe on this thing, I don't know, because this water that's on the ground, nice! This water that's on the ground, it just winds up getting wallowed in. They like to wallow, like I said. So I built this little, or I dug out this little wallow. There's a big old slop of water over here underneath the chicken run that they wallow in. These guys that are penned up here are gonna need somewhere to wallow as well. So I'm just gonna put the water hose in here and they'll dig a little hole. But as far as clean drinking water goes, I'm gonna see how these planter boxes work. So I'm gonna wash these out and screw these onto these pallets and see how this works. Okay, I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't know if they're just gonna trample it. It's plastic. We're gonna see, but I knew that that was gonna happen. They got out. So we're gonna have to wrangle them back in here. Yay. Those 2 are just going at it with each other right now. Look at that. Yeah, see, this is what I do not want. Okay, so I don't know. I have this kind of blockaded. I'm gonna try to get them to run in there.
The pigs have tongues.
This is so crazy. Man, they're just really fighting it. Okay, I gotta put an end to this. Okay guys, that was a whole freaking fiasco. I was really not able to just get the 2 males in here. So I've got the 2 males and the mom pig in this little area that I've made. They were just really scared, and I was like, look, y'all just go in there for now. I'll get her out of there whenever things kind of calm down. But at least they're separated. I'm about to see if this water thing works, so let's check that out. I'm all scared again. Go in there. So damn skittish. This is not working. Didn't last very long.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't gonna. I kind of had a feeling it wasn't going to. Yeah, and the water's already all muddy. Goodness. I brought some stuff from the garden to get to these guys. Come get it, Mama. This little area still worries me, so I'm going to put this in their big crate. Hopefully that'll keep it a little more secure. Oh, he needs some water. His water's low. We'll see how long this works. I screwed in this pallet so it won't move. So anytime I have to get it in there, I'm gonna have to move this thing, and it's gonna be a big deal. But that's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. Oh, see, they're so skittish and scared. I kind of feel like their previous owners just really didn't come around them very much. This little guy's like, I'm gonna eat. I'm hungry. Oh, see, Eli just walked up and got scared. No, Eli, don't throw those. You're gonna scare them. Hey, get out of those. Don't uproot those. Don't uproot those. Here, look, you come over here. I need him to graze on this grass over here. I've been letting him out, and he's been doing good. He's not skittish around us anymore, which kind of brings me to what I was wanting to talk to you guys about. Got me a little snack. I love raw fresh okra.
I don't like it though.
Why don't you take these to the pigs?
Take these in the pig?
Yeah, back there.
You're going to eat those?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat these. These little ones. Oh man, these are so good. Anyways, I was wanting to kind of give an explanation why I have pigs. I know I have them back here on my chicken run right now, but the idea is, one, I am definitely not going to eat my pigs. So if that's what you're thinking, that I have pigs to eat, you're wrong. No, I'm not going to eat the pigs. I like them. I've just always liked pigs. The reason that I do have the pigs is for permaculture. I have my pigs as permaculture pigs. They are excellent at uprooting things, killing the grass. They're excellent tillers. Just beyond this gated area, you can kind of see right there the well that's right there. So there's a patch of land, a little area between where the fence is and where the well is. Right there. That I have plans to put in a I'd like to do rows and rows and rows of a market flower garden. I love flowers. I've always loved being around flowers. I love flowers. So something that I'd kind of like to dive into is to growing flowers for the purpose of selling and making money. So we're gonna see how that goes.
Like Betsy likes it.
Okay, but where the pigs come in, the idea is for me to get an electrical poultry fence kind of a thing, and move them from area to area to area to be able to really cultivate the ground. Permaculture pigs and chickens together
Look at it.
really
Bye.
do a really wonderful job of cultivating your land for planting. There's also another area close to the house that Billy and I want to plant a row of trees. And just the other day I watched a permaculture masterclass, and they talked about fruit tree guilds, which I was really unfamiliar with. I'd never really heard of a fruit tree guild, or a guild really. But as I'm learning more about permaculture, I'm becoming aware of these things, and the pigs are really going to help to cultivate more of an area than me just digging out a hole wide enough for a root ball for the tree to go into. It's more about cultivating the area, making the entire area kind of have a symbiotic relationship with other herbs and plants and flowers and things around the fruit trees, so that everything is happy and thrives. So that's kind of a little long story of why I have the pigs. I love pigs, as a matter of fact. Let me show you guys this little necklace that I wear. That's a little piggy necklace. I've always loved pigs. My mom actually let me have a pig when I was in like the 7th or 8th grade, and sadly I had it in the backyard, and I had a family member bring over a Rottweiler, and Rottweilers and potbelly pigs just don't mix, and that ended in a very, very sad story. But as with any kind of animal situation, you never really know what you're getting into. I lost my first pig that we brought here, Baconstein 1.0. He was a little gray and black spotted pig. He was so cute. I underestimated his strength, and so he escaped. Let's see this little pig. And that was another sad story, but a lesson learned. So now I've had this little guy, and he's been really good. He really enjoys us to touch him and pet him, and he listens. I'm going to do some more training, especially with the piglets. Hopefully we get piglets. I've heard some sad stories about how these pigs come along and a lot of them don't make it. So I'm hoping to have 4 pigs total to have. So basically keep 2 of the babies. Keep him, keep the mom pig, and keep 2 of the babies, so that I have 4 pigs that I can have.
I can't put this back on me.
Okay, here you go. Anyhow, I'd like to have 4 pigs to keep to cultivate. So like right here, I sprinkled some food in that little planting bed, and you know, the chickens and the pig, they'll just kind of till it up and fertilize it at the same time. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. We'll catch you guys on the next one.